People are really fascinated with turtles because they're a keystone species on the Great Barrier Reef, and what people realise is if you've got a sick turtle, you've actually got a sick reef. Also, if you look at them, they're a really gentle animal out in the ocean. They just glide through the water and they don't want to hurt anyone. How I started in turtles was we've got a veterinary clinic, and we bought 52 eggs in that someone had dug up at Trinity Park because they thought the dogs were going to eat them, and we put a light on them and hatched the whole 52. And baby turtles are just the most gorgeous thing. And then as it progressed through time, I was actually working at the aquarium that used to be in Cairns. The government brought in a large turtle for it to be looked after because we had tanks. Another marine biologist and myself actually were rehabilitating this turtle. And while we were rehabilitating it, they closed down the aquarium, and that's how we started our first rehabilitation centre in Cairns. The diseases that turtles get, the main one that we see is floater syndrome, and that's literally a term for air under their shell. The problems that arise there, of course, is they can get hit by a boat, or they literally just float on the surface and ultimately starve to death after a long period of time because they can't go down and eat. The length of a rehabilitation with a turtle is anywhere between 6 months and years. The last 2 turtles that we've just released were in care for 3 years. When they first came in, they were suffering from starvation, and they only weighed between 8 and 12 kilos each. When they went out, they weighed 80 kilos. The help that we get with the turtles on the island and on mainland is volunteers. We started off with 2 of us, and now we have 70 volunteers that give their time on a daily basis between the 2 centres. These people do it out of sheer passion. No one gets paid, so it's a wonderful thing that they're doing it just for the turtles. It's fantastic what the complete passion that people have for these animals. A little occupation on it. Guess what, Graham?
Jennie Gilbert is an amazing person. I used to work with sea turtles in the Caribbean, and as soon as I came to Australia, I contacted Jennie, and she was really happy to have me work with her. And then since then, I've just learned so much from her. She's such a caring and wonderful person, absolutely loves the sea turtles, donates all her time there. Who can not love that, really?
In the afternoon, we do public tours, educational tours. So we're talking to the public about the plight of the turtles, what they suffer from, what state they're in, the problems that they have. And so this is a really good educational tour with, many people from around the world really interested in what's happening with these animals. The most satisfying part is getting a turtle that comes in that is so sick that it can hardly move. It's been with us for years, and we release it back out into the wild. It's got a satellite tracker on it, and we're watching it on its daily trip, and it's going distances, long distances. It's fantastic. They go back to the wild. They go back to exactly what they were doing before they came into rehabilitation. My vision for the future is to have a purpose-built turtle rehabilitation centre in Cairns, educational, turtle rehabilitation, where we can take students, where we can take locals, where we can take the universities through, and they can actually do hands-on placement, hands-on learning, and we look at the threats of the Great Barrier Reef through the turtle's eyes.